I can hear you.
In your introduction, Councillor Woodward, you referred to a number of hostile applications outside the Welborne plan. But in some of the documentation that we've received in the free post, there have been references to a call for land because the number of residences in the Welborne plan aren't sufficient to meet the demand for housing. How do you reconcile the use of hostile when referring to applications outside Welborne with the fact that you are advertising the fact that you do need applications from outside Welborne?
Yeah, very good point. The reason why we've had what's called a call for sites, and you're absolutely right, is that we actually have two local plans covering the borough of Fareham at the moment. We have the Welborne plan, which is, as it says on the tin, Welborne, and that plan runs through to 2036. And we also have, so that's 1,000 acres of the borough. The borough is 18,500 acres. The other 17,500 acres of the borough has another plan, and that plan only runs to 2026. So there's a 10-year gap there in terms of planning for the rest of the borough. So what we have had to do is to, as soon as we've got our local plans adopted a couple of years ago, is immediately start work to create now a single plan for the entire borough running to 2036. So that means for the vast majority of Fareham, we've got a 10-year gap, if you like, which we've got to fill. And the best estimate that has been arrived at is that we need very roughly 2,000 houses over that 10-year period for the remainder of Fareham. So the call for sites is applied to the remainder of the borough, and those sites are being considered at the moment, and there will be a draft plan produced this summer. So any applications that have come in prior to looking at that new local plan to build in greenfield sites or wherever they are, that's why we use the term hostile. You know, they are not sitting within our local plan. One or two of them might in time, but the emphasis of those 2,000 new houses that we've got to find in the next 10 years in the rest of Fareham is actually on Fareham Town Centre, which is entirely brownfield, and we estimate something like about 700 or 800 of them will go there. We also have plans for Porchester District Centre and some brownfield development there. So probably at least half of those will be taken up with the town centre and Porchester, and then we're trying to identify sites for the others. So that's why we use that terminology. So it's 10 more years, 2,000 more houses for the remainder of the borough to do with Welborne. But then there'll be a plan at the end of it, which will run to 2036 for the entire borough. I hope that makes sense.
As far as it goes, yes, but it's...
Well, that's as far as it goes, 2036.
But, I mean, there are applications that we all know about which are almost immediately adjacent to the boundaries of Welborne. So does this mean that the boundaries of Welborne are actually flexible?
No, not at all. And you'll remember the comment I made at the very start, that in the northeast part of the site, this particular planning application actually includes a piece of land that is not in the Welborne plan at all. And that's a countryside site. That's something else, you know, among the many considerations that Mark covered, is going to have to be looked at carefully, as is some of the holes that are in the application site as well, which are within the Welborne plan, but not part of this planning application. So there's a mass to go through. That's why we wouldn't like to put any guess at when it might come before planning.